Imagine an impregnable city, double walls towering, defying any army. Jericho, a fortress that seemed impossible to conquer. For 40 years, the people of Israel wandered in the desert. Now, under Joshua's leadership, they were on the verge of entering the Promised Land. But Jericho, just a few miles away, was the first and most formidable obstacle, an insurmountable barrier between them and their destiny. No one in their right mind would attack Jericho head-on. Its walls were too high, its defenses impenetrable for any known strategy. How, then, to conquer such a fortress? The answer wouldn't come from conventional tactics, but from an instruction defying all human logic. Joshua received a clear command. For 6 days, Israel would march once around the city, in absolute silence. At the front, 7 priests would carry ram's horn trumpets. Behind them, the Ark of the Covenant, symbol of God's presence. Behind the Ark, the army of Israel. Thousands of silent warriors marching in an unprecedented display of faith and obedience. The people of Jericho, from atop their walls, watched the scene with perplexity and growing apprehension. What kind of strategy was this? Day after day, the same strange routine repeated. Silence, trumpets, the ark, the army. An enigmatic ritual testing the discipline of both sides. Inside Jericho, tension mounted with each sunset. What did that unsettling silence mean? Was it a tactic of psychological exhaustion? Among the Israelites, some faith wavered. Why not fight? Why this senseless march? Discipline was tested to the limit of patience. Joshua, however, remained steadfast. His faith was unwavering, and his leadership the anchor preventing despair from overtaking the people. The 6th day arrived, the final silent march. The air was thick with expectation, a mix of hope and terror for Jericho's people. That night, the Israelite camp was in a different silence, not forced obedience, but the premonitory quiet of a people on the brink of something grand. The dawn of the 7th day brought a different energy. No more doubts, just fervent expectation. Something was about to change forever. This time, the instruction was different. Not 1, but 7 circuits around Jericho. After the 7th, the shout, a war cry never heard before. The procession began again. 7 priests with shofars, the sacred ark, and the army. But this time, the rhythm was different, the energy electric. 1 circuit. 2. 3. Trumpet blasts were the only sound, a piercing echo through the valley, reverberating off Jericho's walls. The people of Jericho from above didn't understand. They saw enemies circling, incessant trumpets, the army's silence, an even greater enigma. 5 circuits. 6. With each circle, pressure mounted. The air grew heavier. Jericho's people felt the ground tremble, though nothing happened. The 7th circuit, sun high in the sky. Priests, lungs burning, gave the last prolonged shofar blast. The army was ready. Joshua shouted, "Shout, for the Lord has given you the city." A powerful, unified roar erupted, echoing through the valley. Jericho's walls, symbols of invincibility, cracked, crumbled, and fell in a cloud of dust and debris. A thunderous sound shook the earth. The Israelites advanced. There was no conventional battle, just entry into a ruined city, visible proof of a victory defying all logic. Jericho fell. Canaan's first great city was conquered, not by force of arms, but by a people's obedience to an unusual command. The people's shout and trumpet blasts didn't fell Jericho's walls. They were the sign. The force that moved those walls was not human. This was the story of Joshua and Jericho, a narrative reminding us of faith's power and obedience in the face of the impossible. To unravel more mysteries and discover other epic Old Testament stories, subscribe. Let us know in the comments which character you want to see next.